So you want to be a motovlogger. You want the fame, the fortune, all the perks that go with being a YouTube superstar. Well, I can't help you with any of that. But what I can do is show you some of the tips and tricks that I've learned since I've started motovlogging. So follow me, TorqdOff, on this episode of So You Want to Be a Motovlogger.
Alright guys, it's TorqdOff, and on this episode of So You Want to Be a Motovlogger, we're going to discuss cameras and camera setup. And this series is mainly for you aspiring motovloggers out there, and for you experienced motovloggers. If you would chime in and tell me if I'm wrong, correct me, and leave some of your tips and tricks down in the comments. Today we're going to talk about cameras, and I see a lot of comments and questions. People are always asking, what's the best camera for motovlogging? Well, I'm here to tell you which camera is the absolute best camera for motovlogging.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Big gasp, I can hear it. All you motovloggers are saying, uh-oh, he's not gonna do that. Open up that can of worms. Nope, I'm not. You think I'm fucking crazy? Get that shitstorm started. It ain't gonna happen. As soon as I say camera A is better than camera B, all the camera B fanboys out there are going to be leaving me notes in the comments telling me how fucking stupid I am. So we're not going to go there. What I will tell you, and truthfully, any of your name brand action cameras out there are plenty good for motovlogging. I bought the Drift HD Ghost only because I'm not saying it's the best camera out there for motovlogging. It's not the best camera out there. It's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I chose the Drift HD Ghost because it suited my needs, and it was just what I needed. It came with everything that I wanted, including the remote and the screen and the Wi-Fi, and all that all came with the HD Ghost. I didn't have to buy any accessories, so it was just worked out for me the best. I'm not saying it's the best. What I'm going to say is you need to decide what you're going to do with your channel, what kind of videos you're going to make, and get an idea of what you need. And then do some research and look at all the action cameras that are out there, and look at all the options they have and everything that comes with them standard, and what you have to buy extra and all that shit. Because that's how you're going to figure out what camera you need. There's nothing wrong with any of the action cameras out there. Some have better quality, some have better audio, some have different features that would make it better for different situations. So as long as you're not buying a fucking cheap $50 Chinese camera, more than likely you're going to get good quality. They're all shooting HD. You really can't go wrong. You just need to decide which one best suits your needs. So as far as picking a camera, they're all good. You just go out and figure out what you need. Do the research, figure it out. As far as settings go, setting your camera up, let's start with camera placement. To me, it doesn't matter if you have it on the right side of your helmet, on the left side of your helmet, on the top, on your chest, on the bike. It doesn't matter. Everybody has their own preference of what they like. You put it where you feel comfortable, where you want it. I put mine on the right side, and there's no real rhyme or reason to why I did that, other than the fact, and you'll probably think this is funny, I hear better out of my right ear. When I'm riding on the bike, I don't hear that well out of my left ear, and I can hear it turning on and turning off when I'm recording. So that's really the main reason I put it on the right side of my helmet. I don't like it on the top because I think it looks fucking stupid. So anyway, placement doesn't matter. What does matter with your placement is making sure you're shooting level. I see so many videos where guys either have it tilted like this or they have it tilted like this. Yeah, make sure you have a level scene there. You want the horizon to be perfectly level with your camera. Another thing is you're up and down. I see, and this just aggravates the hell out of me. Yeah, you see a video and all you see is a guy pointing down at his dash, and you don't see any road. It's like that. Nobody wants to see that. That's boring. Boring as hell. So make sure that when you do get your camera and you set it up, you do enough tests to make sure you're level and you have a good level scene for people to look at, and make sure you can see the horizon. You know, if you can catch part of your dash, great. But if you can't, make sure, like my bike, I'm more upright, so I have a hard time getting it level and making sure you can see the road and see the dash at the same time. So just make sure you're level with your camera. Really, there's not a whole lot more to it. With your settings, you need to decide what you want. Do you want to have super great quality? You know, you're going to film in 1080 if you can, like the Drift, the Ghost. I can film in 1080 at 30 frames per second. So that's usually what I do. I don't have to worry about doing a whole lot of slow motion stuff. But if I did, I would put the settings at 720, 60 frames per second. So really, there's not a whole lot of setting changes to make. You might want to adjust your exposure depending on the amount of light you have. But really, you know, in the newer ones, I think the Drift Ghost S, you can film at 60 frames per second at 1080, so you don't really have to worry about that. You really just need to play with it, go out and do a lot of test footage, get it the way you want it, make sure you always have it that way when you get it set right, and don't go posting a whole bunch of your camera test footage. Nobody really wants to see that. I mean, I've seen 15-20 minute videos of nothing but wind noise and shitty fucking camera angles, and people post that. Nobody wants to see it. I know as a new motovlogger, you get your camera, you want to get some footage, and you want to get it up on the internet right away, but that'll hurt you in the long run. You need to make sure you have everything right before you post anything. You got to have your audio right, your video right. You have to have all that shit squared away before you post your first video. That's my take on cameras and camera setup. It's not real technical because there's nothing that technical to it. Get you a good high quality class 10 memory card, play with your settings, get the clearest video you can, and get your camera angles right. That's all I have to say on the cameras. Thanks for watching. So you want to be a motovlogger. TorqdOff out. See ya.